Namaste, Namaskaram. Our part one ended a bit abruptly there. Sorry about that. So we need to follow up here with a way forward. So what this is not about is hostility, of course, and it's not about a very negative exclusion. And it's not really demanding that every person who practices the Hindu yogas formally becomes a Hindu. Nor is it claiming that all religions are secretly Hindu. What we want to understand is the difference here between a student and a teacher. And obviously recognizing what is yoga to begin with. Yoga is factually all about the Hindu religion, one, and therefore true to all religions taught by Hindus, and true to all religions not for a fee. They all operate on a donation basis. Antithetical to that is today's distorted yoga, which is not taught in a Hindu context. The word yoga is not made clear, obviously, and it's not taught by Hindus, and it's basically a business. The honest thing here is, too, if one wants to teach stretching and relaxation, if that's what you're doing, call it that. And you can make a business out of that. There's no problem with that. You can even use the word meditation, obviously. It's an English word. But if you use the word yoga, now you're entering into all about the Hindu religion. So the avenue is open to just teach a stretch and relaxation class, of course. Or if one is seriously interested in the Hindu yoga religion, then do the right thing. Take a step back, stop teaching, become a Hindu. And this may take a long time. Fully dedicate yourself. And an important part of entering into any religion, so it's not superficial, obviously. We're talking about a serious life decision here. Typical to entering any religion, one generally takes on a name indicative of that religion. So it basically boils down to real yoga is all about the Hindu religion, taught by Hindus and not for a fee. If one continue to be a spurious yoga teacher, dishonest, then it is not taught in a Hindu context, not taught by a Hindu, and basically for a fee. So we have to look at what this success has cost. Now, millions know about the word yoga. Obviously, few know what the word means actually, Yujatman Brahmancha. And it opened doors for many. But how did it do that? It did that by blurring the origins. Think of Christianity. How many really stop to consider that the very person they focus upon was a Jewish rabbi named Yeshua speaking Aramaic? There's a certain mindset going on here. So take a few moments here and look at these AI-generated collages. Take your time. You can stop the video there and read them to yourself and to your friends. So we have to recognize that at this moment in history, there are many established religious traditions, just like established paths up a mountain. And obviously, one finds a path, and if you want to reach the top, you can't just keep jumping from path to path. You have to find a path, follow it all the way through, and certainly to know that path, you would have to stick on that one path to know it fully. Only then could you be able to teach. This is the way life works in general, and specifically when it comes to the different religions of the world. This will help one find that balance point, hopefully, of realizing that their religion is not the way, the fundamentalist, nor the no way universalist, but it's a way. But this takes time, obviously. This can't be accomplished in a 200-hour, very superficial, spurious yoga certification class. So if we look at all the ancient, profound teachers, right, there was tremendous humility there, as opposed to the popularity cults of today. And yes, the disingenuous Indian Hindus, cult leaders, they started all of this, and then non-Indian Westerners basically picked up on it, and now it's just become a cult of the body. That's why it was never supposed to be on open display, the hatha part. I like this quote. Attracting people to yourself is another self-deluding activity. Wow. Contrast that with today's superficial religion, and not just in Hinduism, obviously, but in all religions, mega churches, famous pastors, ministers. So you can examine this AI-generated collage here and ask yourself some serious questions. Remember, when you take something from its roots, what happens? It dies. So there's that fundamentalist, universalist mind. It's interesting. Many people will say, oh, I don't believe in organized religion. And then they go ahead and organize and become sitting up on a pulpit, so to speak, teaching others. It's inevitable human nature. But it just ends up being the same old, same old. The ego on display. So obviously we want transparency here. We want to recognize where all of this came from so that we don't insult all those past and present who have dedicated their whole lives to these teachings so that we could benefit from them. And again, if one wants to become a Hindu, that avenue is open to you. You can convert, which means you had a religion. That's serious stuff. You have to formally leave that religion and then join your new religion, which would be Hinduism in this case. Study, take on a Hindu name. That's the beautiful Namakarana Samskara. Or you may adopt, which means that you had no religion. Many people grow up without any specific religion at all. It's a little bit easier for them because they don't have to renounce their former religion, but they have to still continue the study, obviously. This is just how profound it is. This is like anything else in life. I mean, if you want to become a physician, you're going to have to dedicate decades of your life to study to formally become a physician. So hopefully this has helped, and we're all in this together. And with humility, we can understand that many times we are just deluded by fads, by popularity. So we want to, as the Rishis knew thousands of years ago, just as relevant then as it was today, as it is today, from Brihad Aranyak Upanishad Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotir Gamaya, lead me from untruth to truth, ignorance to enlightenment, and through it all finding a peace. But this has got to be peace that is developed through strength and justice. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.